only have two things to say. Shanks is him, and One Piece Film Red might be my favorite One Piece movie of all time. And yeah, I know that might be a little bit controversial, but sit back in your seat, lay back in your bed, or maybe even lean back on the toilet, and let me explain why I think this. For one, the One Piece Film Red movie has amazing, and when I say amazing, I really mean amazing music. Oh, bro, Where the Wind Blows my mind. It blows me in multiple places that I didn't even know that I needed blowing at the time of attending the One Piece Film Red movie. And I know that's what the youngsters do. I know that's what the kids do when they go to movies. Hey mom, I'm gonna go to a movie tonight. No you're not. That's what I'm gonna be like as a parent, because guys, we know what kids do at the movie theaters. We know. But yeah, moving on. I've been wanting to talk about the One Piece Film Red movie since I saw it Friday. I saw it with my wife Friday, and it was phenomenal. I'm not the biggest movie goer, biggest movie watcher. You can ask anyone who really kind of knows me. I like movies, but they don't really hold my attention long enough to really make that impact on me, I guess. I mean, it makes that impact on me, but I guess I have a short attention span, and I don't feel like I'm really necessarily a person with a short attention span, but honestly I probably am, and I don't have the patience sometimes to sit in a long movie. And I like series more because they're more short bursts. You can take breaks, whereas movies it's just like one all go at once. But in series it's like you can watch long chunks of it if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. You can watch it in little bursts, and I feel like you get more of a total story and development with the characters when you get a series. So that's why I kind of prefer movies over series, or series over movies. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about One Piece Film Red. Like I said, the movie was really, really good. At first, when it was starting off, it was kind of for me. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to talk about spoilers in this movie. I'm assuming most people have seen this movie by now. It's been in US theaters since Thursday. And the US was like one of the last places to get the movie. It has been out in Japan since like August or July. I think it's August. So yeah, I'm guessing everyone has seen this movie, so there will be spoilers. But guys, yeah, the beginning of this movie was a little rough for me. It was interesting, but it was a little slow until they really started getting into the Uta Luffy more kind of like development and Uta's like mental state as a whole throughout the movie. Like I said, the songs were really good, and I think that's what threw a lot of people off when they go into this One Piece movie, because like other One Piece movies, they're mostly action based, and this one's a little bit different. This one is a musical, and most people didn't know that going into it. I knew that, I had heard about that, so it didn't really throw me off. So I kind of liked it, and I'm a big music fan. If you watch the channel, you should know by now that I love music and series. That kind of makes a series for me. And if it doesn't for you, that's kind of strange, because I feel like music can really elevate a mid-series into a good to great series if they just kill the music, because music conveys so much. It conveys emotion, it conveys emotion is what you need most anyway. You need to convey, but it conveys tone. You can really just like visualize things with music. So it's really important to get the music right in things, because it really is your main conveyor, I feel like, to your audience, besides maybe visually. But yeah, besides that, a few facts about One Piece Film Red is it is the highest grossing One Piece film, surpassing Film Z in only 10 days, which for most people, Film Z is the best One Piece movie. which is debatable now. It was like Strong World and Film Z, people were debating. Stampede was somewhere in there and most likely below those for most people, because for me, I liked Stampede. It was nice, visually pleasing, and just basically a hype beast of a movie, but it wasn't really, it didn't have that meat, that I can't think of the exact word I'm trying to think of, but it didn't have that real big thing you can really grasp. It didn't have its flesh of it. It was just more of a shell kind of a thing. So it kind of ranks lower for me, especially after this movie, which I felt like had a lot of spirit, had a lot of soul to it, maybe because Oda wrote it himself or really contributed a lot to it himself. So I think it had that much more soul, or that writer's feel, that the real One Piece manga has. That's what this movie felt like. It felt like it is. It's a canon One Piece movie, which I want to say it is loosely canon, because they kind of fluff with the timelines a bit. Because at the beginning they say the 5th Emperor Luffy, and they still have Kaido and Big Mom as emperors. So this would be like post Whole Cake, pre Wano type of time skip. But then we also get Kobe there. We also get Gear 5 Luffy appearance, which doesn't happen until after Wano. And then we also get Jinbei as an official member of the crew for the first time in any movie. And that doesn't happen until after Wano 2. So this movie has some type of little retcon with the timeline, which, given it being a movie, you can kind of expect some things like that, because those are normally a little bit off the grid timeline. Even though it says it's canon, the movie timeline isn't canon. The character Uta is canon, and her relationship to Luffy and Shanks is actually canon. Her influence on Luffy growing up is a main contributing factor in what he has become, and the person Shanks has become too. So that's canon, but the story and the timeline just don't match up. I think they're just trying to do some cool stuff with the Gear 5 thing, and of course they're gonna put Jinbei in the group now because he has officially joined in the anime and in the manga, so they're gonna put him in there. I think it gets a little wonky when you're trying to appeal to both anime fans and manga fans, because you want to put things from the manga because there's been a lot of big things that have happened, but you don't want to spoil the anime only watchers on a blatant Gear 5, even though they put it in there, but people don't really know what it is, even though I feel like most people have probably been spoiled on Gear 5 in some way or another. You can't really hide that. It was literally everywhere. It's one of the biggest moments in One Piece. So yeah, guys, that's one of the small or bigger gripes I had with the movie, but it's really small in the grand scheme. That's just how movies work sometimes, and like I said, it's a loosely canon movie. It's not fully canon. The timelines just don't match up like that, but it was really enjoyable overall as a movie. I enjoyed Uta as a character. She was really dynamic, from how she bounced off of Luffy when they were younger. It was really organic and nice. That she was really like a perfect match for Luffy as a kid, because she was kind of like Luffy. She was a little rowdy, but she was also very like dreamy. She matched Luffy's energy, and that was really cool to see. And it just made the ending very, very kind of surreal and sad when you do realize, like I said, there's going to be spoilers, that it's not blatantly said, but Uta dies at the end of the movie. And it just kind of like, after that movie, I felt really kind of like, you know, that feeling after you finish a show that you really like, or something really sad, like you lose a character you really like in a series. It kind of felt like that slight little hole, like, dang, did they just really kill someone in One Piece type of thing? And it kind of just threw me off. And the way she died, it was kind of selfish in a way, because she denied the drink, but if she would have took the drink, she would have went to sleep, and the Straw Hats and everybody else trapped in the world would have been trapped in there forever. So she basically sacrificed herself, stayed awake, and killed herself to get them out of the dream world, which is kind of nuts and crazy. But I mean, she caused the problem, so she kind of had to save them, especially when there's the revelation that she's the one who killed all of those people back in the day when she was a kid. Even though it wasn't really her fault, she was the one who killed all those people, and with that weighing on her, it only is right in her eyes that she sacrifices herself and brings these people back. Even though she started out being good, wanting it to be a good thing, she wanted to bring the world into a new era by basically making it a world where people didn't have to work, where they could eat anything they want, where they could play, they could be at a concert and watch her all they wanted, because it seemed like that's what people wanted. But it brings up an interesting concept that you can't really force your freedoms or what you think is freedom on other people, because everybody views freedom as a different thing. Some people want to be free to wield swords. I'm not even going to go into political topics, but some people want to be free to eat hot dogs whenever they want. Some people want to be free to race cars. It's just like freedom is just different to everybody. So it can get a little anarchical, whatever. I'm not saying that word. Y'all know exactly what the F I mean. So y'all can clip that and laugh at me later. But yeah, it was a really good movie and it had a really good internal contained premise to it. So it gave me some feels to it. Like I said, it started out a little slow, but the middle and the ending were very good. We get to see that Shanks is really, really, really that guy. Like that ending where he has that, where Uta's like in his arm and the Navy are surrounding him, and he has that, like, if y'all make one move or what, I forgot what he said. I need to see the movie again. But it's basically like, if you make one move or come any closer or hurt her in any way, I will fucking end you. And sorry for the language, but that's basically what the vibe was there. And he releases basically GodHaki, and it looks ridiculously epic in the movie. And when I saw that, I was literally like, okay guys, okay, this is it. Like, this guy Shanks is him. Like, this guy is him. I respect Mihawk to the max. I'm not a Mihawk hater, and we haven't seen all of what Mihawk can do, but to see Shanks and what he put on display there, and to just say he's not him, he's not the top guy, without a devil fruit, what he does, man, he's him. He's him. He's top one right now. Blackbeard's not above him. He's top one right now. He's the real chosen one. I feel like he's what should have been the chosen one. I'm interested to why he's not the chosen one. I'm ready to see his backstory, and we got a little name drop that might hint at what his last name is, which it is Figureland, which I don't know if that's a noble family, a celestial dragon family, similar to like maybe the Don Quixote family, or the Don Quixote family, and Vivi's family, the Nefertari family. So it might be something similar to that. They name dropped that. It was an important family to the Gorosei, so look out for that. We find out that Uta was found in a chest, and it mirrored where Shanks was found in a treasure chest, which very interested to see about that. We got to see Usopp interact with his dad, his bum dad, which I like that moment a lot in this movie, because I've been calling Yasopp such a bum deadbeat dad for the longest. But it seemed like him and Usopp had a real cool connection in this movie, and I'm ready for them to actually meet in the series in the future and have some type of real fatherly son just interaction. Just they give Usopp that love, man. You've been gone his whole life. Give him that love. You weren't there when his mom died. So he expects great things of his son, though. we found out Yasop can basically do what Katakuri can see into the future. And I think it was in one of the data books or one of the books they gave at the movie. It even says that he can see further into the future, I think, than Katakuri can actually see. And yeah, man, we got to see Shanks and his whole crew on display. Ben Beckman, we got the classic from Marineford. Oh, we got Kizaru, and Ben Beckman over here. Kizaru's like, oh, Ben Beckman, oh, don't shoot. So I loved seeing that again because that's one of me and Kaylee's favorite parts in the anime period. We always quote that. Kizaru is one of our favorite people just because of that moment. He's just a funny guy. So it was cool. We got to see the guy who can shoot hyper beams out of his freaking face. So that was really cool. Monster the monkey even got freaking time in this show. Or in this movie, he got to present he presented a cup or something to Uta. I think it was the cure, but she didn't really take it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, guys. I just really enjoyed this movie. I also want to note that it's funny that Luffy, his main goal basically going up from the beginning of the series was to find a musician. That was one of his first goals and first person he wanted in the crew. And that was probably stemming from his interactions with Uta on Shanks's crew when they were visiting back in the day. He wanted someone like his friend Uta who disappeared, and he never really got an answer for that. So he got an answer for it. They said she went to become a star, but he never got to see her again. So that's a tribute to him. It's a callback to all of those moments. So that's beautiful. Man, like I said, I love this movie. I'm going to let it marinate, and I need to see it again. Like I said, I love the music. Where the Wind Blows. There's another, I think Final Lullaby might be it. I would have to look. But New Genesis, I'm Invincible. They're all really good. Ado. I don't know how you say it. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but beautiful voice, so much range in what she did in this movie. She went from techno, screamo type songs to beautiful, soft songs to soulful songs to where her voice was just it's immaculate, man. That's probably why I like this movie so much, because I love her voice, and that's probably why I like Uta so much, because I love her voice. And yeah, man, it was an amazing movie. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I went long enough. If y'all enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button. Please hit the sub button if y'all want to see more videos, more anime related content, more manga related content. I have other content on the channel, so check it out, guys. I will catch y'all guys on the flip. Peace.